Hi, I'm Shasta DeGraw with MVP Realty, and we're in Florida, so you can expect to be in a flood zone. But it's important to know about flood zones and flood insurance before you start your home search. If you're looking for a home in Florida, this video could save you thousands of dollars every year. I'll go over the different flood zones, how to find out if a property is in a high risk area, what the insurance company requires to provide a quote, remapping, and more in this quick video. I'll include a link in this post which gives detailed information about each flood zone. There are many types of flood zones, but for this video, I'm going to break it down into two categories: preferred and higher risk. The preferred zone is X. I tell my buyers an easy way to remember it is X marks the spot. Insurance in zone X is less expensive and in most cases not required by your lender. The higher risk zones you'll see are A, AE, V, and there are others. But just remember that anything other than X will require further investigation because these areas are at a higher risk of flooding and the majority of lenders will require flood insurance. Depending on the elevation, the insurance could cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars per year. When flood insurance is required, it's kind of like a second property tax bill that the owner pays each year. So that's something you would want to consider when working out your budget. Many people live in high-risk flood zones. It's just important to know the costs and risks involved before purchasing a home. If you find a home that you love and it happens to be in a higher risk flood zone, you need to get an elevation certificate. The elevation certificate costs around $200 to $300, and many times the seller may already have one that you could use just to get an insurance quote. The elevation certificate is needed by the insurance company to determine the flood risk and the cost of the insurance policy. I've added a link in this post so you can get an idea of what flood insurance might cost. But this is just an estimate. Make sure you call your local insurance company for detailed information and to get a quote. In the past few years, many of the larger builders of new communities that were in higher risk flood zones have elevated the property in the community before building, so they now are in a preferred flood zone, which has, in most cases, eliminated the need for flood insurance and made it more appealing to new home buyers. You'll want to check with your builder, your insurance company, and your lender, but many times flood insurance is not required in these communities. One last but very important thing to note is that flood maps change. You may be in a preferred zone and insurance isn't required, but if they remap and you're now in a higher risk area, your lender may require flood insurance. If you're being mapped into a higher risk area for the first time, there are grandfathering options offered. These options allow you to save significant money by locking in your current flood zone. But in order to lock in the zone and the lower rate, the policy must be in place before the effective date of the new map. This is why I highly suggest having a flood policy, even if it's not required by your lender. Another reason I recommend having flood insurance is because most homeowners' insurance policies don't cover flood damage. Since I'm not an insurance agent, I always suggest you talk to your local insurance company to get more detailed information. I've provided some contact information in the post for insurance companies that I recommend. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you would like more home buying tips, make sure you like and share our page. If you're looking for a home in Southwest Florida, I'd love to help. I'm Shasta DeGraw with MVP Realty, 239-785-5546.